So Campbell's talking about these blood clots, basically, that these undertakers are pulling out of people's veins, and they basically end up growing like almost kind of like some sort of rubber cast, but casting themselves inside the veins. So they like just basically, when they take them out, they're like the actual shape of people's veins. I've done a video that highlights all the work that, you know, Google and Alphabet and all those companies that are related to Google, AlphaFold, are doing on very, very strange protein research. And the thing is, they've got a video, that AlphaFold, and it was just when we were going into lockdown, and they were making some breakthrough discoveries, and they got shut down as well with everyone else. But I think the Prime Minister's been... they seem to have some connection with government. But Dr. John Campbell has basically got this time scale, and all these strange things only just first appeared very, very, very recently. Now, the thing is that if you're going to do genetic engineering and, you know, manipulate proteins, or if you know you can combine proteins with another chemical and there's a reaction when they're combined together, say if a person has, you know, a certain disease, and then if you treat them with a certain medicine or chemical, that reacts in their body and then merges and forms something like this, then you potentially, if you've got, like, you know, when you've got COVID and everyone's having a virus, and then certain people are going to be in elderly homes, and, you know, if you knew that certain people were going to be likely to have certain medicine, you could do a very, very, very strategically planned homicide, really. You know, well, it's more than that, isn't it? It's like a genocide, really. It was homicide and genocide. You know, but the thing is, if you knew that was going to happen, or if you'd even developed something that you knew that when it reacted with a other specific substance was going to form a reaction, you would know that a lot of people were going to die, or you'd know that a lot of people would die. So that is, you know, it's not professional negligence, is it? There's actually an intent behind it, you know, allowing something to happen under the knowledge that, you know, that there's going to be, you know, a widespread harm from it, you know, particularly if anything was designed or developed with that knowledge. You'd know that it was going to be found and discovered. Now, these undertakers and embalmers have been discovering this, and they've been reporting it, and the police haven't really wanted to talk to them, and the government has been all hush-hush. Now, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that anyone in the government is like going, hey, I'm Dr. Evil or whatever, but when powers that are beyond or outside the politicians' control, if something like this happened, it puts the politicians in a very awkward position, because if they let the public know about it, they're going to get the blame, like with COVID. And if they keep it quiet, then they're actually liable for more serious trouble for not warning people. So, but eventually, you know, people are going to find this and find out about it. Now, these pictures, the first thing that I think when I see these pictures, and let's be completely clear on this, if this was created, if this was genetically engineered or manufactured, even to only form or grow under a specific reaction or chain reaction with a specific mixture or combination that only certain people were going to receive. This is like control blind, isn't it? You know, because you got control when you know that only certain people. All those people are going to get this, and they're going to die. Large numbers of people until they try to find out. Now, the problem with that is this. It's a very, very, very devious and diabolical blackmail, really. I would regard it as a form of blackmail, a very diabolical and ingenious form of blackmail. And I'll explain why. Because firstly, when you look at this and when you find it, if you're someone like Dr. Campbell or even these undertakers or whatever, and then you put it on the table and get it out and let everyone see it and let's have a look at it, right? The first thing that comes into the average mind of a person is, wow, you know, bloody hell, this is a strange, dangerous disease. We need laboratories like this. Google, AlphaFold, they're doing all research in proteins. They could cure this. They could be our saviors. They could cure this. So we must fund their research and help them with their new. By the way, there's Bill Gates. Hi, Bill. Are you meeting with Michelle Donnellan? Are you building a brand new technology research development department for the government? Oh, well, that's what coincidence. You're just doing it now when there's a COVID outbreak and lockdown. And well, thanks, Bill, for the funding for that. Just need that now. You know, what a coincidence. You know, it seems that when we've got an emergency. We've got this strange disease forming. Is there a doctor on the plane? Are there any protein experts around here? Any protein experts? Any cutting edge, world class leading protein researchers around here? You know, where's the doctor when you need one? Oh, what coincidence! Oh, look, it's AlphaFold, one of the main Google companies, Sergey Brin and Neil Mohan. It's the most biggest company in the world. Google, what a coincidence! Their lab's working on those proteins. Oh, they'll be able to help us. Whoa, we're saved. We're saved. Oh, thank you, Google. Well, this is it. You know what coincidence, right? And the next thing that comes to mind when you look at this is, oh my God, I mean, look at that. It's so thick and it almost looks like a complete new set of veins. It's almost like you could grow an alien in a lab. You know, when they go, Rosalind, when they go to Area 69 in America, and, there's these people saying that, there was an undertaker in America. I watched the program recently. This is one of the, because there's been all those UFO reports in America recently, right? It was an undertaker. There was an undertaker in America, and he got a phone call. And he had to go to this site, and they had all these vans there, and this incident. But he wasn't allowed to know exactly what's happened. But they ordered loads of these coffins. I think they ordered I can't remember if it was 20 or 100 coffins. But he got a phone call. This undertaker in America, somewhere out in the American desert or wherever it was, town or whatever, probably like Titty Twister or something, and he got a phone call, and he had to. Someone wanted him. This is like a legitimate authority, or whether it was the police department or whatever it was. It was some part of the official response network. They said, we need you to turn up, and we need all these coffins. We need them immediately, or within 12 hours or 24 hours. So he delivered them to this site, but then they were being a bit strange, like, and so he started poking and sniffing around, but they got it all sectioned off. And then he went into this bit where he wasn't supposed to, and he saw these vehicles parked up, and he looked in the back of one of these ambulances, and he said that he saw what looked like an alien body. But then these people came past and they kind of like, what are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here, and moved him on. So it looked like there was some, alien body in the back of some vehicles. Now, to me, that seems like a complete and total some sort of larger scale Ant Deck trick. Some sort of Jeremy Beadle setup, but on a bit of a bigger scale. Like, they actually, got him to order it and turn up, and then, left the scene there so he could look around and then find it and see it. And then you've created a witness then. You've almost like laid a little, not a trap, but laid a little setup so he happens upon it, you'll get, when you got these things coming out like this, why is it making me think of latex, rubber, protein? Are they growing aliens in jars now, or at least look like them? So it's got that connotation to it. And then there's also the fact that bloody hell, you're literally like, when you grow in this kind of like protein matter that's nearly, you're looking at it and you're like, bloody hell, with this sort of research, could I regrow my veins? With something that solid just growing in the body, could my veins just regrow themselves or regenerate? So, again, you're going to be thinking, oh, this is brilliant. We want to fund Google. We must fund AlphaFold. This is brilliant. But it's that with the sinister twist that they didn't just come out of the lab and say, hey, we can make proteins and make your body regenerate and regrow. No one will have to die anymore. God save the world, Bill Gates. Now we can all live forever for only $99.95. Turn your car into a Skyway flyer. No, not for the working class, by the way, because we don't have excess trillions and billions and zillions. We're the workers, and we don't even have freedom of speech on the internet anymore, by the way. Well, only just, No. This is only for Nancy Pelosi to regrow her nether regions, But, so it's got that attached to it, but how it's been manifested, how it's been introduced to us, is through the very nasty, dark, sinister plantation of the elderly getting it when they're having this certain medicine when they're elderly at home. And they're the ones who have got COVID and had COVID and had injections, but combined with this other medicine. And these are the people that are getting it. Or a large majority of them, and it's brand new. So what you've got there is someone who wanted to cause a lot of deaths and damage, highly strategically planned combinations, and a lot of premeditation to it. This was planned a long time ago, all in phases. And then when we find it, which we're going to find it, they knew we were going to find it. We're all shocked, and we've got this blackmail situation where you want this? You want this? Huh? You want this? You want this technology? You want this development? Yeah? You want some of this? You want some of this? You want some of this AlphaFold? Yeah? You want some of this tech? You want some of this cutting-edge breakthrough science? You want a sniff of this? Well, we're the leading world geniuses. Mandark. We're the Hadron Collider. We're the powerful ones. And we're beyond your police force and government. You can't fucking find who's doing it. You know, where's Madeleine McCann? Right? You know, give the police an MOT. Now we're giving the fucking Undertaker an MOT. Right? This is a very nasty, sinister blackmail situation where they don't want us, we're all opposing these big corporate entities, these big $1 trillion, billion entities that Charles is boasting about, beyond leaders, right? We're opposing all these globalist elites who have got all these labs and secret labs and non-profit labs and, you know, everything under the sun, nothing that money can't buy, and, you know, undisclosed research facilities and so forth. They've got the tech. We're opposing them through democracy because we want people power, and they are killing us. They're strategically killing us with a blackmail that if we do not stop, you know, they could effectively just kill everyone, you know. Whether it's, you know, we can take you anywhere we want, we can take you through the veins with a couple of you know, George's Marvellous Medicine mixers, you know. A couple of surprise George's Marvellous, you know, around at Grandma's mixing medicine, you know, we'll take it anywhere you want. You know, we'll take you with the bat virus, we'll take you down with this, you know. Rand Paul hadn't even, you know, broken the surface of it. He's on with Fauci. You know, that's like 1%, you know, that's like 1 degree of a, you know, 360, 720 degree, netball team. You know, we're being played. We're being played by these military-industrial complex, and, you know, this is what some of the Google AlphaFold people were saying. Oh, you know, we get, you know, they're transfixed with their, we'll be the first lab to discover this and that. We'll be the heroes. We'll get the award. We'll get the grant. You know, blah blah blah. Unless there's some other secret lab working on it or whatever. No, like, you know, because no one is actually. This is the thing with Google and Sergey Brin. Sergey Brin's goal is that nothing can happen on the face of this fucking planet without him knowing about it, right? No one can fucking, you know, drop a pinhead without Sergey Brin knowing that it happened, right? And these people behind this research want, you know, no one on this planet makes any discovery, no laboratory, no one, without them knowing about it, and already been, you know, of already coagulated all of the knowledge that's happening live as it happens into their central master place, and then they're one step ahead of the people who are making discoveries while they're fucking making them. This is the goal, what they've got. And, you know, what they're actually doing with it is they're terrorizing us. This is terrorism. And it is not only terrorism and blackmail, it is genocide at the same time. And the police, you know, there's no, who are they going to suspect? Who's a suspect? What's the motive? Well, we know what the motive is. The motive is that they are threatening us because we are trying to reclaim political control through the electors and voting power from this corporate takeover, which David Cameron is involved in, and Tony Blair, because they sold off all the services and now we're being held to ransom by them. You know, United States Parcel Service, you know, we're not delivering any fucking mail unless you give us fucking $45. You know, we're not delivering fuck all. It's $45, now it's $50, now it's $60, right? Where's the competitiveness? No, the competitiveness is they won, we lost. You know, Cameron's there they've got the lab, Sunak's just pretending like nothing's happening. Oh, I'm just drawing on a blackboard with Twinkie, it's just to show, you're a friendly Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. No, Rishi, there's lots of sinister things going on. No, it's just normal. Oh, it's just an unfortunate series of events. So this, what a unfortunate lab leak and now this unfortunate disease. No, Rishi, are you listening to us, Rishi? It's called strategic planning, Rishi. You need to start talking to the public and start discussing the possibility that someone has done it on purpose and they planned it because they can and they wanted to, and they're not that altruistic to mankind because, they would sell their soul to Satan to wipe out half the planet to save their money, Rishi. Rishi, would your wife give away her fortune tomorrow to save a life, or to save those lives in Ukraine that were getting bombed because Boris Johnson wouldn't surrender? This is it. No, sorry, I'm not going to do that. This is the problem. He doesn't want to give the money up, and these big $1 trillion businesses don't want to give their money up or their political power that they're in the process of stealing from us either. We need to start thinking. It's civilians. And then this is the other part of the blackmail, right? The other part of the blackmail is this, maybe it is someone who's done it on purpose and, strategically, premeditated, planned. That's why we need the surveillance cameras everywhere. So then we can get all the facial recognition and see who went where, when, at what time, what fucking laboratories picking his bogies, from the fucking plankton jar on Thursday at 7 o'clock R3. No scientist can lift a finger without us knowing about it, and then we'll be safe from this potentially happening. I get it now. We have to have the surveillance and the AI in the whole planet under 24-hour surveillance, or else this will happen, will it? This is going to happen to you. So you have to give it to them. It's like, the ultimate wrestling hold. You could never, even Shiva could not have devised a more diabolical wrestling move, with, 6 arms, it's like a 6-arm wrestling hold they've got us in. You got to give them it for the genius of it. You really have got to give them it for the genius that is behind it. Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our times. But, we're gonna have to have surveillance now, and this is why the MPs are all scared. All the ministers are scared. Who knows, putting these chemicals in the veins and causing the, George's Marvellous Medicine mixers, to cause the reaction. It's Sue Hall. I'm scared, get the police chief. We need cameras everywhere. We'll have to have them now. Well, we can't win, can we? We can't win. We're going to live forever. It's for only $1 trillion. You can regenerate your veins, but only the masters have the technology, and we'll have to submit to their rule. We'll have to give up our political rights, give up our freedom of speech, or we won't get the regenerative veins. No. And we better behave, or there could be, if we don't behave, never mind not getting the regenerative veins, we might get the disease, the blue pill or the red pill, but it doesn't matter whether you have the blue pill or the red pill as long as we're filming you.